And this can only be done with a sustainable urban development. So I would say that the government has to play a very important role and its policy in bringing down the sustainable urban development. And then the developers will give all the possible support. I would give the mic again to Dr. Sudhi. He wished to express a few more things. Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't belong to this real estate community. I'm from IT company. The reason why I'm sitting here is to provide a perspective of what an IT company can provide in the effort of these real estate developers in keeping this balance between how to really preserve the environment while the urban growth is inevitable. Dr. Sudhir Krishna rightly mentioned in his opening address. Urban development is really, it's a welcoming thing. It's required for any economic development. Almost 70% of the new employment which are created are obviously being generated out of the urban development only. I've got only a couple of points to make in this. First one is, all of us are just a few minutes back, Thamai also mentioned that if we have to travel 30 kilometers off the city, and if that's going to really net effect going to improve the carbon emissions or all the desirable factors, we should be prepared to do that. My view on that is slightly different. So all the well-settled urban environment, probably today it would have decayed because they were neglected, like Dr. Sudhir Krishna mentioned. For a long time, they were, from the infrastructure standpoint, they were completely neglected. Leaving them alone and going and building a house in the periphery of the city or expanding the city beyond its limit, it's not the only solution. It's going to put additional pressure on your transportation and public safety, and providing even the utility to all those spread out area is going to pose a completely new challenge to the already hard pressed urban development. So my point is that even that the well developed city where 100 years or 200 years of developed, the people who live there, if the urban development or the infrastructure is really decayed, I think we should really do our best to make sure that to the extent possible that can we not get all the the core the people who are even the affordable people, can they come and live in the core of the city? I think that's going to really improve a little bit of a concentration in that area. That's going to really take part of the pressure on creating new infrastructure. And from IT company, the information technology company, our view is that every time when there is a pressure on the urban infrastructure to sort the problem out, we might probably build a flyover or create a physical infrastructure, and that's going to lead to several environmental impact. One is that why not we use things like information technology to improve it even further, make it even more, can we get the best out of the investment that we already made on that? So that's one thing that, is a point that, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, all the points made by the distinguished panelists are absolutely valid, and we recognize the truth in the statements made, and we are also recommending to all our sister ministries as well as to the states that while laws are good, all the laws are required, in fact, whether it is Urban Arts Commission law or whether it is the environmental law. But the enforcement agency should be one, that is the municipality or the local planning authority. Let them follow all the laws rather than each law having an independent regulator or enforcing authority. That creates the difficulty. And as Mr. Mantri rightly said, that is what we are encouraging, unified building bylaws, which will have all the dimensions. And so, but it is a tough journey because having created the structure, now to demolish it, it is quite difficult. I think in real estate you can do much faster than inanimate laws and structures, authorities and so on. It is somehow, but we are working on it, and all your recommendations as far as our ministry is concerned, we will work for it. Whatever you recommend, we will work for it. Thank you very much. And I take your permission. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you very much, panelists, dignitaries. It was a wonderful session. Before we leave the stage, I would request Mr. Naveen M. Raheja to please be here on the stage and felicitate our chair, Mr. Pranav Ansal, and the other dignitaries. And I've been hearing the entire session, and trust me, people, this was a fantastic session where we had actually been able to talk about the real issues. It was a great conversation happening, and I think we can really learn a lot from this. We've talked about planning, we've talked about challenges, we've talked about role of IT, green buildings. I think we are definitely maturing from just being a sector to a huge industry. With these words, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the session. And sir, okay. Now I'd request, sir, Mr. Naveen M. Raheja to felicitate Dr. Chandra. I'm sorry.
Please reassemble tomorrow for the next session at 10:45.
Dr. Sudhir Krishna. Okay, I'll quickly read out the names and please move on. We'll start with Mr. Pranav Ansal, Dr. Sudhir Krishna, Mr. P.K. Tripathi, Mr. Sunil Mantri, Mr. Rajan N. Bandelkar, Dr. Vidur Bhardwaj, Mr. Tanmay Tathagat, and Mr. R. Damodran. Thank you so much for your presence, ladies and gentlemen, and we would love to see you tomorrow for the session at 11 a.m. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Day technical conference, going very well with your support. This session is on housing for the masses. Let me have the privilege of inviting Shri Sunilji Mantri, Vice President Naredco, to chair this session. Shri Sunilji Mantri. Please take your seats. Over to the chair.
Good morning, everyone. May I request to join in this panel? I would like to invite my co-chair, Dr. K. Ramamurthy. Can you please come on dais? Please welcome.